with a potential spoiler for Night of Champions and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Touching on his debut for WWE at the Royal Rumble in 2016, AJ Styles said this on the My Love Letter to Wrestling podcast. "I'm not sure how I snuck in there. I think maybe the success of the Bullet Club helped for sure with maybe some of the WWE writers if they asked him, what do you think about AJ Styles? I don't know how it worked out, but I can tell you this. Vince McMahon had no idea who I was. There's no way, because he had no plans for me after the Royal Rumble. I wasn't supposed to be at Raw the next day. Yeah, so he just thought it was a fluke that I got the pop that I did in Orlando, and I didn't need to be on TV, but I was, and I had a very basic match because I thought that Vince wanted to see a babyface be a babyface. He brought me back, and he sat me down, and I'm so grateful that he did. He says, listen, I got 1,000 guys that can do what you do, and I said, He goes, I need a pit bull, and I go, oh, I know that guy, and that's exactly the guy I was in New Japan and everywhere else. So it was easy for me to come out and be that guy that he wanted to see, and that's when I think I gained his trust. Like, okay, this guy sees my vision and is going to go out there and show it, and so yeah, that's the way that worked. Noting information revealed during the NXT Battleground press conference, PW Insider said, when asked about updates on certain NXT UK talents, including Blair Davenport, Shawn Michaels mentioned that there is interest in them. However, the talents themselves need to decide if they want to be a part of NXT. Michaels feels that if Davenport chooses to join, she would make a significant impact. They have reached out to her, and if she expresses her desire to be a part of NXT, there will be news to share. Giving more info on that previously mentioned press conference for NXT, PW Insider noted, Shawn was also asked about the grizzled young veterans requesting a release and not being granted one. He had wanted them to come over from the UK, hoping that everyone could find success in WWE. Regardless of who enters WWE, he wants to assist them in achieving success in the industry as a whole. Shawn understands their sentiments, but he bears no ill feelings and still desires to see them in significant roles. As long as they're willing to work, he is willing to utilize their talents. Showing off pictures of the attendance for the recent AEW tapings, Steve Carey of Ringside News wrote, one of our readers at tonight's AEW tapings for AEW Dynamite, Rampage, and Ring of Honor sent along these gems that represent the attendance for the show in Las Vegas. Few live notes from AEW tapings tonight from one of our readers who frequents AEW shows in the Las Vegas area. The arena had probably around 1K empty seats. The vibe was completely different. Didn't seem like the same show as last time they visited. People were leaving directly after Dynamite. Even more people left after Rampage tapings and didn't stick around for Ring of Honor for a go-home pay-per-view show. Not a good turnout, and many of the fans seemed unhappy with the current product. There you go. Don't shoot the messenger. For an update on potentially adding another title to NXT, PW Insider said, when asked about the possibility of a secondary women's title, Shawn Michaels revealed during the NXT Battleground press conference that he has occasionally toyed with the idea but feels that they already provide the women with significant storylines. Their focus is on developing individual talents. With the loss of many veterans and leaders due to the draft, the current NXT locker room is quite young. Although he would like to introduce a secondary title, Shawn wants to thoroughly vet the concept first. He is not yet comfortable with what it would entail and whether the young talents would be prepared for such a role. He is not ready to implement it at this time. Touching on his recent conversation with CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin told SI Media, I just sent a message to Punk yesterday. We were just talking about his dog. He posted a picture of his dog and I sent him a message. I heard through the grapevine that he pulled his tricep. I said, did you tear your tricep? And he confirmed that he had. I don't know where he is on the healing process. I don't know the ins and outs or the behind the scenes stuff. We own a TV and we stream shows every night, but I don't watch TV. I don't watch any shows. What I do keep up with wrestling is on social media. I don't know if there's a soap opera behind Punk. wrong. I think he's a hellacious talent. I don't know the trouble or the ongoings of which you speak, so I can't answer that question. That's an honest response because I don't know. Asked if he would return to WWE as an announcer or manager, Steve Austin told the SI Media podcast, "Right now, off the top of my head, I say no because I don't want to put the time into living my life back on the road again. I rode that road hard. I love that lifestyle. I worked my ass off. I put my body on the line and I ran hard. Now I'm at a place where I'm still living life. I started racing due to the fact that I met some people on the show and started racing. I work with Kawasaki Motorsports. That's about as much traveling as I want to do, is going to races on weekends and stuff like that. I'm happy where I'm at. I will always entertain any kind of business offer, but I spent enough time on the road and I'm just picking and choosing. I still want to work and I still want to be productive. I'm in the beer business. I have 3 beers with El Segundo Brewing Company. I work with Kawasaki and I've got some other private ventures that I'm into. I don't want to get out on the road again. I've been there and I've done that and I ran hard." Set to take on Gunther for the Intercontinental title at Night of Champions, Mustafa Ali posted this video to social media.
So earlier tonight I was trying to say something, but I didn't really get the chance to say what I wanted to say. So I'll say it now. I don't want to continue pretending to be something that I'm not. I mean, my whole life, I've dreamed about doing something great, about being a champion. When I look back at my career, I haven't even gotten close to being any of those things. And you've all seen it. It's been failure after failure, and this is why no one believes that I even have a chance in hell at defeating Gunther and becoming the Intercontinental Champion. But for some reason, I still believe I can. I know I can. Because I'm still Mustafa Ali. I'm still that guy that was the ultimate underdog that would never stay down. I was the heart of the cruiserweight division. I was the guy that pinned a reigning WWE champion. That was me. I was doing that while I was breaking down barriers and shattering stereotypes. That was me. And Night of Champions takes place in Saudi Arabia, and there's going to be kids out there that look just like me, that have a name just like mine. They need to see the real Mustafa Ali. And I need to see the real Mustafa Ali too, because I need to finally look in the mirror and be proud of the man that's staring back at me. So I'm laying it all on the line. At Night of Champions, if I can't be great, if I can't be a champion, then I don't deserve to be here. This Saturday, either my dream finally comes true, or my dream dies. And if it's gonna die, then I'm going down with it.
Recalling her injury at the hands of Mercedes Mone in WWE, Saraya noted how this took a toll on Mercedes, telling the New York Post, "I would want to do whatever she's comfortable with. That really affected her mental health, and I want to respect that. I'm not saying she said no or anything like that. I'm just considering how I would feel." Revealing the status of producer for AEW, Ace Steel, Ringside News wrote, according to a report by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, Ace Steel signed a new deal with AEW. It was added that he will be working from home as a part of the deal. It was further reported that Steel has been under a deal for many weeks. When it comes to future plans for the United States Champion in WWE, Boozer666 said, Theory has a big story coming ahead, could be a SummerSlam title loss and moving on from there. During the recap of AEW Dynamite, this was revealed about the Women's Champion by Sean Ross Sapp. Jamie Hayter is hurt. She is hurt. I'm thinking this division looks categorically different in 5 days. I see the winds of change coming here, and I think we're in for some major change in this division. With Sabu debuting on AEW Dynamite, the man who wrote his original theme, Harry Slash, has called out the company for Sabu's new theme, writing, "So, my ECW theme for Sabu, Hookah Blues, has now been cloned by 2 different companies, TNA and AEW. Maybe Tony Khan will send me a t-shirt? Imitations is the sincerest form of flattery. Thank you, AEW Music. But still, I should get a t-shirt or some First, it was Path of Rage for Taz, now Return of the Hookah for Sabu. Geez, the AEW Music guy is so original. You folks do know there are other words out there. Hookah was a word I created to not call it Hookah Blues." AEW composer Mikey Ruckus responded writing, "All love, bro. Those tracks you made were iconic. Taz actually named his first theme I made for him, not me. Simply tipping the cap when I had a 30-minute window to make something. Cry harder." As Brock Lesnar is set to take on Cody Rhodes in a rematch at Night of Champions, Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, and Brock having a win is not the worst thing if Cody's going to end up as champion anytime soon, because you do want to build up contenders, and Brock is always a viable contender. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later.